One, two. Welcome back to the show, Drumheads. Hey, lady, it feels like it's been a while between drinks, mate. What's
Hold
going
on.
on?
Guten Abend. Alles in Ordnung.
What
This
is
is my
happening
wee,
here?
that's my wee German hat. I know I
Holy
look as if
shit.
I'm on the run going to Argentina or something like that, but basically, obviously, the night show we're going to be talking about the Scottish Music Parade. It took place in Germany that I managed to get on.
Yeah, that's what you've been doing, eh?
And I got back for that last week. It
Yeah,
took me a week to recover and get
yeah.
myself righted. Now, before MD starts thinking it was because of too much alcohol, right?
Oh, too much of a good time, surely.
There was alcohol involved, right? But
Oh,
I'll be honest, I think it was more to do with the fact that I'm about 50 odd year old, right?
oh,
And I'm tired. I need my old man sleep.
and
So I'm not
you're such a busy boy.
so
You,
like I can't burn the candle at both ends. I need my bed, right? And if
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
get to bed for whatever reason, the next day I'm like tired. And then so I wouldn't drink before the show.
Yes,
The gig that we would do at night, I would stay clean. I'd maybe have
I
like
can't
one
do it. Nah.
I'd maybe have one beer. That would be more than enough. Just a one. And then after the show, we'd maybe be traveling on the bus. And then by the time we get to the place, it would maybe be a later because we only get finished about 11:30 at night. So by the time you get back, it's late. And then you're back up early in the morning, get breakfast.
Yeah,
So I would say it's a 50-50. I mean, I'm not saying that alcohol wasn't effective, but I would also say that there was a kind of, for the guy that I need my sleep, I need my beauty sleep.
me
So
too.
there's that element here. But I thoroughly enjoyed it and I enjoyed it. And I thought it'd be quite interesting to get one of the main characters from the tour and a guy
Mm-hmm.
that's heavily involved in organising the tour is Stevie Dewar. And
Yep.
that's tonight's guest.
Oh,
So
super.
without
Well,
without must ado without must ado, let's get him on. Everybody, Stevie Dewar.
super duper. Welcome, Stevie Dewar. Prost, Mr. Stevie Dewar. How you going? Welcome to
Evening, how
the
you
show.
doing, guys?
We're doing well. We're doing well, Stephen. Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. I
Right,
feel
the
honoured.
reason.
I
Well,
feel
listen,
honoured
you
to be a piper and be on your show. You know.
Oh,
well,
no, he
listen.
didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Listen. I'm glad you brought that up, right? I think are you the second piper we've had on this show? We had,
Ah,
we had that because we had Alistair Park, a guy. Listen to us for a toe poke, right? We had a guy that I knew for the army, right? And he was working in Edinburgh, and he started playing with Boghill, right?
right.
And he started playing with Boghill the season that they won it. So
Oh,
he,
fantastic.
he turned up, won the Worlds,
Well,
and that's him. He's like, well, there's nothing hard about it, guys. You just go to a
Yeah,
band and
yeah.
they win the Worlds.
I wonder
So,
how the bog hole stalwarts would have felt about that. That's been waiting all
oh,
the
that'd have been horrible, wouldn't it? You know what I
way.
mean? The guy just comes in, wins, bye.
It was
So,
because of
Brilliant.
him they won it.
ah, so we had him on. We've got you on. I'm trying to think. Is it? So yeah, you're on the short list, big man.
Fantastic.
You're going
I'd
hallowed
nearly be a
ground for a
world
pipe.
champion. That's no bad, eh?
I know. Right, Stevie, I met you in Germany, obviously doing what you do with the concert kind of thing. We'll talk about that a wee bit
Sure.
later. However, you are a piper, obviously, as we've alluded to. What's the
Yeah.
story? What's the background? Tell me how you started.
Started way, way back in 1984 when I was a small lad. I was 8 years old. And back then, the holidays that we went on, it was Arbroath up in the
Aye, aye.
caravan park. And
Yep.
there was a piper playing in the caravan park. And I said to my dad, I quite fancy learning to play the bagpipes. Little did I know that where I come from originally is Cardenden in the Kingdom of Fife.
Yep.
Probably tell by the accent.
Yep.
Um, Cardenden was a hotspot for piping. We had the Bow Hill Pipe Band, we had the Dysart and Dundonald Pipe Band. So
Great
for
band.
one reason or other, I got shifted off to the Bow Hill Pipe Band, and they were led at the time by the famous Andre Donaldson.
Right.
So I got lessons of Andre. Got moving in the pipe band from there with the Bow Hill guys. Stayed in the band for about 13 years, kind of developed my trade, became the best player in the band.
Yes.
Um, not that I'm big-headed or anything.
No, but
I
that's
was the bog hole. Um, and then decided to make the jump up through the grades. I was playing on the solo scene at the time as well. Ended up, funnily enough, I went to Bog Hole. Not a lot of
Right.
people know this. I was actually in Boghall for about maybe a couple of weeks, but my loyalty to Bohill kind of dragged me back, and I felt like I was owing them something through the tuition they gave me,
Yeah.
and really helping the band developing. That lasted another year, and then I made the jump to the Vale of Atholl, which was the height of my enjoyment in the pipe band world. So I was in the Vale for 10 years.
They were,
Yeah.
is this see the Vale that you were in? Is this the kind of circa or the kind of what kind of period of a yearage is that? What kind of vintage are we talking about?
So I'm joining the Vale in 1997, so
All
they're in
right,
their
aye.
heyday at that time.
Yeah, that's right, aye.
They've just done the Motherwell concert, and some of
Yep,
the material for that is what drew me to the band. Obviously Gordon Duncan as well, the music of Gordon Duncan.
yep,
Uh, huge fan of that. I met Ian through the schools when he was adjudicating me, and that was my kind of in to go and join the Vale. And it was all about the music,
yep.
which we're going to come on to that. I'm all about the music. I'm not all
Yeah.
about winning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go and have fun and play the music that I wanted to play with the Vale. So I was playing with the guys for 10 years, and then it was getting to the point I had some of the best times of my life. I wanted I've always I've got this attachment to Fife. So I wanted to put something back into Fife. And you had some of the best players in the world, the Murray brothers, Drew Matheson,
Yeah.
they were starting Fife Police Pipe Band. So the opportunity there to come back. I was a Bow man, so I was never going to play with Isaac and Donald, who were the best band in Fife. We were like Celtic and Rangers of the pipe band world.
Right.
Yeah.
I was never going to play with them, but then the opportunity came and join Fife Police, and I thought I didn't need to do this for a wee fresh challenge. So played in Fife for 4 or 5 years, had some great times,
Was this
but then
at
I
the
was
outset of Fife Police Band, you're
yeah,
saying? So they
I
just
was
started.
one of the founding members of the band. Yeah.
Oh,
A wee story, a quick story for you.
go on.
So our very first competition was Dunbar, and all of my mates were in the Vale. We had a head-to-head against the Vale of Atholl, very first competition in Dunbar, and we beat them. And it was like the best and worst feeling of my life.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I didn't expect to go straight up to grade one, and then having this head to head, and I was like, I literally sunk at the mass bands. It's like I'm really confused here because it's like, I don't know if I'm celebrating or I'm not
Oh,
celebrating. It's like going back to the football and
yeah.
scoring the winning goal
The
against
winning
your team.
goal
In the
against
cup
your
final.
aye, is that
You
your old
didn't. You
team?
didn't
Aye.
celebrate, did you? You weren't. You
Nah,
did a
well,
lap of
not much until I met the guys in the pub.
Once you were on that coach, Stevie, you're like, yeah.
Aye, exactly. So had great times there at Fife. I was kind of building a piping business at the same time. I needed to kind of take a step back, but I got the opportunity, which I always wanted to do. I was fascinated with like bagpipes throughout the world. I got an opportunity to go to Peel Police in Canada.
Yep.
So I spent a year at Peel, got to play at Maxville, which was a fantastic experience. Done that, ticked that off my list. And then I got an opportunity latterly to go to Bagad Bourbriac. So I got a wee
Brilliant.
stint at the Breton music as well,
Oh
which
Yeah.
yes,
Because we're loving that.
you could not
yeah,
refuse that.
We're
That's
massive
awesome.
fans of that in the show.
Yeah.
oh,
We
it's
try to kind
incredible.
of incorporate like we're trying to make sure that we're not missing. And obviously, we know that obviously Brenton Drummond's quite phenomenal,
Mm.
and we
Yeah.
also know that, you know what I mean. So it must be a fantastic thing. That I honestly think that's what we're going to be enjoying in the circus.
When
You know,
you
playing with
add that extra
playing with a
ensemble,
Brenton band.
yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, I'll tell you one of the first contests we did Lorient. Don't know if you've been to Lorient, but that's
I've
phenomenal.
not. I've not.
Um, so I was out there with my big mucker, Jock Elliott, who was the owner of G1 Reeds. We were out there playing, and the two of us party lads. We would have the time of their lives.
Yeah.
And then, so this was the competition on Saturday. We're out on a full night session. We just stayed up all night. We were the last to get back. And then we were told we were doing this kind of wee concert thing the next day, which was like, wow, are we really? And honestly, see the experience of playing that music, you're very, very well rehearsed. You're confident. the feeling on stage bouncing to that Breton music
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
is unbelievable. I'll remember that wee stint that we did on the concert to the day I die. Just the fun that you had making that music.
yeah.
Brilliant.
You can
So
hear that when you
obviously,
listen to it. Yeah,
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 so obviously you've done the rounds, you've done the kind of pipe band kind of stream path.
yeah,
What
yeah.
what was the next thing that kind of you're talking about the music and it's about the music, but what was going on in your head to try and accelerate or move things forward, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just focusing and going, right, I'll maybe be a pipe sergeant for a pipe band playing
mm.
in grade one type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And then what was the accelerator? What was the thing that went, do you know what? I need to maybe be thinking about this. What was that?
Yeah. Probably the Vale days. So, Gordon Duncan, one of the biggest influencers of pipe band music in the world.
Yeah,
So even back in the Bohol days, I'm listening to Pipeline and stuff. I'm hearing Gordon Duncan. I'm hearing Gordon Walker, the RSPB Knockout. I remember listening to
yeah,
that on the radio and thinking, wow, I'm used to marches, maybe strathspeys and reels. I'm no
yeah,
hearing these weird time signatures and cutouts and stuff like that. So that's what drew me to the Vale musically. And then it was a kind of crossover. Like I was kind of unnatural, but things just fell into place. I met an accordionist who was actually from the same town where I live now, Kirkcaldy.
right,
And he was, believe it or not, he was the Gordon Duncan accordion music. It was
right,
fantastic.
right,
Um, he wasn't well known, but he was a fantastic composer and a phenomenal musician. So after that, we became friends. We happened to meet in a gig. We became friends. I would go to his house every Friday night, bottle of vodka, bottle of Morgans, and we would sit there and play music all night long.
Oh, awesome.
And this happened every week religiously.
Yeah,
So from that, I kind of got into the ceilidh scene and playing with other instruments and stuff as well. Through the Vale days also, we had a lot of trips to Brittany with the Vale, which were
yeah,
phenomenal. And I was starting to get an appreciation of that music. The band at the time for me were Bagad Compare.
yeah.
And I loved their music. I listened to their album countless times.
yeah.
And I was always like, I want to do that. And the opportunity just came to me again. And I couldn't say no at that point to go and venture into playing their music.
So, Stephen, when you started doing that kind of music, did you have to drop the Highland bagpipes and pick up something unfamiliar and
No,
learn all over again?
no, well, you're still playing Highland pipes. You're playing them in a different key, and you're playing in a completely different style to what you're used to playing.
Yeah,
It's basically like going to a Chinese restaurant and picking what you want to eat in Chinese.
Yeah,
It was yeah, but we were doing that. We were obviously very technical players from the Scottish side,
yeah,
but we were doing that on recordings. So there was a small pocket of guys that we got together and kind of just took it bar by bar, tried to work out what we were doing. We got visited by the leader of the band, Cedric Lebosiek. He's come over to Kirkcaldy a few times and we've met up a few times and learning that style.
yeah.
But I loved the challenge. I loved what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over to Brittany and be better than the Breton Pipers.
Oh,
We
good goal.
we wanted to go over there and really make an impression. But we're representing Scotland,
Yeah,
and the whole Breton scene. There's more and more Scottish players going over there now. They're in most of the brigads. Have got Scottish players in them now, which is a great crossover.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and these guys are now coming to Scotland and learning our music, which could only be beneficial to piping and drumming because there's drummers doing it as well.
100%.
It can only push the standards up.
yeah.
Yeah.
We could go on forever about grade one melodies and stuff and the structures of them and stuff that they've come on leaps and bounds and since my time. So since my time playing in grade one, they've come on leaps and bounds. And that probably in part is to the worldwide experience that these guys are getting.
Mm.
Right. So here's the thing, right? How did the gigs in Germany, how did that happen? How did it become where you started to do that? Where did this come from?
Well, I was developing quite a bit off the band scene. I touched on the accordion player there. So we had a ceilidh band, and we were on the wedding scene quite a bit. So I had that reputation. I was also building up a piping company. I've got one of the original commercial piping businesses in the UK called Scotia Pipers. So
Mm-hmm.
we do lots of weddings, corporate events and stuff. So my name was kind of getting out there as the kind of go-to if you needed a piper to do an event.
Mm.
Yeah,
And luckily, again, one of the guys in the Vale at the time, a guy called Ted Scott, he actually got offered this Germany tour. Now, Ted was kind of working for a living at the time. I was now a sort of professional piper and stuff, and he felt it was too much for him to take on at that moment in his life. So I then got presented with a chance to speak to the promoter in Germany. He came over to Scotland to meet me, let me know the concept of what the show was all about and stuff. And then we just discussed how it might happen and really took it from there.
So when you say took it from there, this involved you sort of uprooting your life at home in Scotland and just what, taking a year in Germany and seeing how it is, or just
No, not
fully
really.
committing.
We then had further meetings online. He sold me his concept. He was showing me like artist impressions of what our backdrop and everything was going to be. His family had been involved in lots of big productions in Germany, other genres and stuff. They had a very successful Irish show.
Right.
They had. He was personal friends with Boris Becker. He was doing a tennis tour. The other artists and stuff as well. So he had people in his pocket, if you like, the Bee Gees. He was friends with the Bee Gees and stuff.
Wow.
So very, very musically connected. Um, we've had this relationship now, so for about 15 years, we've been doing the tour. But life's all about opportunities, and I'm learning that as I get older. I was actually speaking to someone about it today. I was like, I wished I could pocket my knowledge as a 49-year-old today and
yeah.
give it to someone who's 16 and said, look, please, if you do this, do this, do this, do this, you're going to do quite well in life. But it's all about
Say it
kind of
right here.
learning
Say it right here, Stevie.
learning how you go, you know. So I actually turned down this. I actually turned down. It's called the Scottish Music Parade, incidentally, guys. But I actually turned it down to start with because I felt it was too big a step from where I was, which would have been the biggest regret in my life. The promoter is a guy called Oliver Gabriel. He was insistent. He was very insistent. He kept coming back to me. He must have saw something in me, gave me
Yeah.
the belief, and then we just developed it from there. Start kind of shortlisting some tunes that we wanted to do, etc. as well. So what the music parade actually is we now have a 30-piece pipe band. We have an 8-piece Celtic rock band, which I front. I've got fiddle as the other kind of main melody instrument, a couple of singers, e-guitar, the usual.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're doing traditional pipe band pieces. We're doing, so that's a pipe band on their own, 30 piece. We're doing collaboration pieces between us and the pipe band. We're covering, some of the most famous artists in the world. And then we're doing Celtic rocky pieces on our own as well. We've got a team of 8 Highland dancers coming out as well. So it's a 2-hour production. We've got the MC kind of tying it all together and things as well.
See, from my perspective of being on it, Stephen, right?
Yeah,
So it's a big deal. It's a big show. It's like, I mean, if Femdy's not done it,
yeah,
they need to be aware that it is like a large operation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like moving a battalion from A to B. There's like
yeah, yeah,
trucks, lighting, food,
yeah, yeah,
accommodation. It's a big deal.
yeah,
It's a big beast to actually
uh,
kind of manage, I would imagine, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
so what I was going to say is to that end, it is that the band is front and centre, but more importantly, it's bigger than just the pipe band. It is a kind of show, and I think that's what people need to kind of get in their head when they're understanding, because obviously Scottish Music Parade. I think the way I found out about it was Big Rab, not the guy for the show who's Wee Rab, but Big Rab, but there's a drummer called Big Rab, right, for Air. And I was speaking to him once, and I says, where have you been? He said, I'm just back from Germany. I said, what are you doing there? He says, it was a thing called the Scottish Music Parade. But see, at the time, he was like, he just went, it was good. It was a good laugh. And we all went, and we're playing a gig, you know. And I actually thought in my head when he explained it, he kind of explained, I was kind of half expecting it just to be like, I know it sounds mental, but like, kind of a couple of 3 4s and 6 8s, I'm down, right? But it's not that. It's a stage show, and it's kind of bigger than just a pipe band. It's kind of, you're augmenting like a kind of whole showscape kind of thing. So I thought it was good. I thought it was kind of, and this is another thing that pipers and drummers. So the first thing that I noticed was there's some really talented people that are there, really, really talented musicians. And so it's, you know what I mean? We're talking, I would say, like top drawer, pipers, drummers. I mean, in the drum corps, we get grade 1 drummers. We get, obviously, your man Danny playing the pipes and the whistle. Top quality piper. I mean, we're not talking like just average Joes. We're talking decent players in their own right. So back to the original point. My point was it was kind of hard for me to understand what was being explained to me at a march past, at a competition, versus what actually I seen, if that makes sense. And understanding that it is a show of entertainment, and you need to kind of reconcile your head into that. Which is, you know what I mean?
This is absolutely topical, because I was actually speaking to one of the guys in the band today about this, and for me, even going back, so I think my career's kind of has led to this. So my time in the Vale with playing with other instruments through doing concerts with the Vale, you're getting an introduction to that, which has given you an appreciation of playing with other instruments. The Breton stuff's giving you the orchestral kind of feel to it. I do loads, as I touched on, I do loads and loads and loads of international corporate stuff in the UK. So I've learned the mastery of performing for people through doing the corporates, and then that comes into the show. So it's not all about being a piper or a drummer standing there playing a set of 3 4s. It's how you look on stage is very important as well. Transitions, how does the show flow, etc., plays a big part as well. And how well do they ensemble? How does it work well together? And going on about the people that, you know, of the different levels, you've touched on. We've had some guys there from grade 1. One of the best things for me doing the tour is bringing new people on the tour. So I love it when we have a new person comes on the tour, and I love it if we've got teenagers on the tour. Now I like them to be 18 minimum, but 18 up to 75-year-olds. I love that. You've got males, females. You've got grade 3 players standing next to grade 1 players. You know what it's like in the competition world. You just kind of probably speak to guys, your direct competitors. So I've got guys that are elite level pipers mingling with guys that are grade 3 level pipers, and they're, you know, sharing experiences and stuff together. So for me, that's kind of part of the legacy of what the Scottish Music Parade is bringing these people together. I remember the first time, I must have been born for it, because I remember the first time I played with other instruments other than bagpipes and drums, and I absolutely loved it. So what I love doing now is passing that on to other people in the hope that they can maybe venture into other projects and that as well. That's, you know, taking the instrument away from just the pipe band world.
I think that anybody that's watching the show or that, right, or anybody that's in a pipe band, and you've got to an extent, being in a pipe band, I've heard this described before. It's not my coin of phrase, but someone says it's like a sport, for the
Mm.
point of view that obviously you're training, you're
Yeah.
training, you're training. You go to
Yeah.
the contest, you try to win, first past the post type thing, and then you go back and then you train and train and train. So
Yeah.
it can become a bit linear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the pipe band world, or the pipe band that you're in, can be a bit linear. I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but
Yeah.
it can be just, you can solely focus on MSR sets, whatever you're doing. That's what you're doing. Da 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 da. But you're
Yeah.
kind of missing out.
Yeah.
You're kind of missing out on other things, other
100.
realms of the musical kind of industry world type
I
thing.
think
Yeah.
you do kind of risk missing out on the music aspect,
Yeah.
because you're just so focused on
Yeah.
getting this
Uh,
particular sound or whatever it is. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm looking from afar in the pipe band world now, and even when I was in it, so I've not played Scottish grade one for what, maybe 10 years or so.
Yeah,
Scottish grade one. But I was playing with a Canadian band, Pure Police, at the time, coming over to Scotland, which was another fantastic example there. But even from then, and I see it now, and more so now, because what I would say is the standards and the competition circuit are going through the roof. They're incredibly
Mm.
high. I see the work that these guys put into that. They're almost robots, clones. They're drilled to precision.
Yeah.
Um, back in my time with the Bagad as well, we were absolutely drilled to precision.
Yeah.
It's becoming more important than your job, and it comes with a huge pressure to deliver. Now, whilst the concerts also have that huge pressure to deliver, for me, it's all about fun. It's all about like creating memories. It's all about emotions.
Mm.
It's about making people happy.
yeah.
Um, who, you know, who are you actually making happy on a competition day? You're not really. You're out
No,
to,
Yeah.
it's a self licking lollipop competition.
yeah,
You don't even get to see really a lot of other bands. It's
Yeah.
only your band tuning up, da 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 da. Right, we're on. Right, you're
yeah,
off, and then you might, depending what grade you're in and what times you're on, you might go and see another band,
yeah,
another like
yeah,
key enemy
yeah,
forces that
yeah.
you think they might. We might make sure. Oh, I heard them. They
Uh,
were rotten by. We've got to jump on them.
yeah,
You're
But
yeah,
watching
by
them
and
warm
large,
up, like.
yeah,
by and large, though, you're not really
uh,
getting to see the full scope of the contest,
yeah. I
and
remember.
it's all about you.
Yeah, I remember back in the day. I always used to have this dilemma because I enjoyed watching and listening to other bands and stuff, but I also loved the beer tent. I loved going for a pint.
Me
Mm.
too. Me too.
So there was always this dilemma. You've had so much stress playing in grade one. I
Yeah.
used to get myself worked up, to the hilt in the week leading up to the Worlds. You want to let go. So
Yeah.
as soon as you're done, I'm no interested. I'm away at the beer tent.
Yeah,
So you're right. It's a sole focus. Similarly with the Scottish Music Parade, I love the experience. So I consider myself as an entrepreneur. So the piping. So I've got the musical side, but I also love the business side
yeah,
as
Mm.
well. And that kind of lends me. I'm taking everything I've learned from everywhere that I've ever been, be it the Ceilidh band, be it the Bagad, the pipe
yeah,
bands or whatever. I'm also a DJ as well, so I DJ weddings. So I'm pulling that into the equation as well. But when it comes to the music parade, I'm drawing everything in, and what can I do? What can I do to make this better? We're always striving. What can we do to just grow it that little bit,
yeah,
that little bit? So when it comes to the tour, probably like I've never been a grade one pipe major, but these guys are probably the same. Don't know if you've ever spoke to them. But when it's coming to the crunch, so when it's coming to the World Championships week, I bet you these guys are probably thinking about the World Championships 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll be the same with the Scottish Music Parade. So as soon as I'm on tour, I'm focused.
Yeah.
I'm constantly, I wake up in the morning, the first thing I think about is the Scottish Music Parade, and the last thing I think about before I go to bed at night is the Scottish Music Parade, and I don't think about much all the
Yeah.
rest of the day. And that could be any aspect of the tour. That could be the onstage side of things. I might have medical issues to deal with. I might have some issues with the hotel to deal with. I might be planning something social with the guys or whatever. It's constant, and I love it. I absolutely
Yeah.
love it. It's like being probably like being the pipe major of the band, like being the treasurer of the band, like being the
Yeah.
secretary of the band, all combined into one role. So yeah, phenomenal. Drumming is the same. So the experiences, and I'm quite lucky the era that I've kind of grew up in. Piping is and drumming is getting opened up to these new
Mm.
possibilities. I talk quite a lot, so I do quite a lot of bagpipe workshops, and I talk quite a lot about the tutoring in Scotland as well. I put a huge credit onto that to the National Youth Pipe Band, giving guys opportunities and pushing themselves musically and things as well. So people are getting opportunities now that they didn't have in the past. I see, a lot of the top drummers in the world on Facebook and stuff creating videos in their
Yeah.
bedrooms. And some of you guys will probably drill more than I do, but you see some of the technique coming in, the different styles coming in with this modern music and stuff. It's phenomenal. So
And it's stuff you wouldn't usually see when you're watching a core. And
exactly,
when you watch a video of one guy individually playing and you're like, wow, I didn't realize, you know, this, yeah, when you just drill down and focus on one person,
yeah, yeah,
what's
So
involved.
here's the thing for you, right? So we've done the so again been working with the tour, and then obviously experiencing the crowd. You get obviously a genuine response in some crowds better than
yeah,
other crowds. I'm not saying that
yeah,
they're bad crowds, but you can
yeah,
sometimes feel certain crowds are more electric or more responsive than other crowds,
yeah.
and you feed off that kind of
Absolutely.
response. You don't get the same
Absolutely.
response when you're in a pipe band playing.
No.
So
Yeah.
you get this different kind of
Yeah.
vibe almost
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you're playing and people are showing their appreciation for it. So that was a
Yeah.
great thing that I enjoyed. The other thing I enjoyed
Yeah.
is that I thought that as a tour group, you've done kind of things that was good for the band or everybody in the group, as it were. So there
Yeah.
was kind of times where obviously people got to kind of unwind and
Yeah.
enough time to themselves to just kind of get themselves sorted out, have a couple of beers,
Yeah.
on to the next show kind of thing. And
Yeah.
that was good. And there was a definite sense of trying to kind of entertain the
Yeah.
the,
Mm.
Yeah.
the kind of cast, the
That
guys that are on the tour.
that that is key to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Touching on your first point first about the buzz of the crowds and stuff, versus the pipe band world. Now, I've had prizes in major championships. I've won major championships, particularly in the lower grades and stuff, and that is a great buzz. Um, but it's a different buzz being on stage. And you're talking about good crowds and bad crowds. This is another thing that, um, through my experience, I used to take it personally.
Mm.
Yeah,
So I would set my benchmark was if we don't get a standing ovation tonight, I am not going to be happy.
Oh.
I'm going to be extremely annoyed.
Ah,
I'm going to bed. I'm not happy.
right,
But I've learned that a lot of that is in your own head. Um,
yeah.
right.
Through time, I've thought a lot of this is in, I was like, we've had a fantastic concert tonight, but it could be where they're from. So, Germany, we do most of our gigs in Germany. I've got to understand the people and the different areas of Germany and that they're from, for example. But the one concert that we were just on in that last tour there, so we ended up in Bonn, the Beethoven Halle in Bonn, and it's been closed for 9 years. It's been getting a refurb. There was asbestos in the ceiling, and they've had to redo the ceiling, etc. But Bonn is our show's hometown, So we've done a lot of gigs in Bonn. I know that how the crowd work, etc. And we came to do this gig in Bonn, and I was pumped up for it the full week. I was, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was almost like, although I wanted the other shows to be fantastic, there were dress rehearsals for Bonn. I
But
wanted
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Bonn was our World Championships final, and we went on to the opening number, and it starts with a kind of almost lamentish piece type of music, and it's building up. The pipe band are walking through the crowd onto the stage, and the drummers. I'll give you guys a little bit of credit, not very much, but I'll give you a wee bit of credit. The first wee crescendo roll that you did,
Yeah.
I heard it. The crowd were gasping for it.
Oh,
And to me, this is like a drug. This is like
yeah.
it's putty in my hands. The more you give me, the more I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
And it was just a phenomenal, phenomenal night. I'm backstage and I'm listening to one of the acts on stage, and I'm like, it gives me a better feeling than probably winning the Grade One World Championships. I'm
Yeah.
standing there. It's a pinch me moment. I'm like, this is phenomenal. And I'm like, a wee selfish moment is like, I've done a lot to create this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this is really, really special.
Amazing.
So
Is
that's
it
the buzz. And then going back to your other point, which was because I've waffled on quite a bit. The
I got lost in that what you were telling me.
Yeah, the social side of things.
entertainment, Stevie? Entertainment.
Yeah, so this I've got a fantastic team behind me, and I always say this, it's all about the team, and I've got some key players that play a huge role in that. We are quite selective in who we have on the tour to start with,
Yeah.
because I want it to be a happy family, and
Mm.
that's not all about, if you're Fred Morrison, you're good enough to come, but if you're ex-player, you're not good enough to come.
Yeah.
It's about what are you like as a person. Can you
Yeah.
Personality,
can
yeah.
can you mix with the team? So there's a lot of bonding going on there. We do crazy stuff. We do productions on the bus. You're talking about giving them an experience on the tour as well. So one of the options or one of the days we were leaving our hotel quite early. We had a relatively short drive to the venue, so I was like, right, what can we do? And we went to a fantastic old town called Goslar in Germany.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And for me, that's I'm all about culture. I like sharing cultures. I want the guys, particularly the newbies that are coming to Germany for the first time, to actually take in a wee bit of the culture and stuff as well. And my approach is to try and be Mr. Nice Guy, although it's getting harder as I get older.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting more grumpy. The But to give them something, these guys are giving up their free time to come on the tour.
Yeah.
Okay, they're getting a good experience of it. They're
Yeah.
getting nights out and stuff as well. But I want to give them back as much and be appreciative. And I feel if you're nice to people, people will be nice to you, and they'll
Yeah.
they'll they'll go above and beyond to try and do their best for you because you're looking after the guys. You
Mhm.
know?
Do you ever think? I mean, know that Germany's a small country. It's massive, right? It's
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely. It's a huge country. I think people forget actually how big a place it is, right? So we went for
yeah,
Rostock, didn't we? And then we ended up going right across to what is formerly West Germany, but basically
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
lot of miles.
yeah,
But is there
yeah.
has there been any desire to kind of leave Germany and go somewhere else, or do anything else in any other part,
The,
or anything
the,
like that?
the, there is, yeah. I just clocked this the day. Rostock.
Yeah,
Rostock is home to the one of the very first chanters in existence. It was actually found. It was a 14th century chanter, bagpipe chanter found in Rostock. I wish I had knew that
brilliant.
when we played in
Wow.
Rostock. But coming to the other places, we've took the show to other countries. We've done kind of all of Scandinavia. We've been to the States. So the big one for us is cracking the States.
Yeah,
We've been to the States a couple of times. We've done a West Coast tour. We've done an East Coast tour. We've been to Canada. We played one of my other. I'm all about memories. One of my memories in Canada, we were playing the Sony Centre and we sold out the Sony Centre 3,000 tickets. and it was another pinch me moment in the hotel in the morning. I arrived at the Sony Centre. I felt like $1 million. I was like, "Here we go. We're just about to make this." And the night was phenomenal. I ended up. I was up here at the end of it. There was coaches outside after the gig full of punters. I was running on the coaches with the bagpipes. I was wanting to give them some more. Phenomenal. So we are now. Any musicians will know that the States is a very, very tough nut to crack.
Mm.
Yeah.
We've been going on. We almost made it a big tour. Around about COVID time, we were close to a huge tour in the States. That's which has kind of set us back. We've been a wee bit unlucky, but myself, the promoter, we're very, very determined guys that we want. That's our ultimate is to crack the States. We're also working. I can't tell you on air at the moment, but
Right.
we've got something extremely, extremely exciting lined up. I
Right.
actually got a confirmation
Okay.
email today, which is going to be it's going to be next level times 10.
Right.
It's going
Listen. So see when you're ready to unmask that, you can
yeah,
come back.
We'll be here for
You
you.
can come back
yeah,
on the show. We'll be here for you.
yeah,
And you can
yeah.
make the big reveal.
Put it this way: to have this on your CV is going to open doors in the USA for sure.
Right. Well, I
Ooh.
like
So,
that.
so that is where I want to go. I've, Sydney Opera House. I've got in my head Sydney Opera House. I would love to perform in the Sydney Opera House. That's one of my goals in life is to, even if I have to break in and just take my pipes and go and
2 a.m. in the morning.
yeah. The other one is I saw your picture today. You played in Carnegie Hall.
That's right. Aye. I've done
I
Carnegie
was
Hall.
like,
Aye.
Carnegie Hall's another that's on my bucket list to play Carnegie Hall. So
Can I
um,
just say one thing, right? See that photograph of me, right?
yeah.
The amount of pelters I've taken for that photograph has been unbelievable, right? Because, wait, I'm going to explain myself here. When I
Yeah.
got back, everybody's like, why are you wearing medals with a New York sweatshirt on, right?
All right.
Right. So the reason was is because I had a drum harness, and on the drum harness was the medals for that night's entertainment, right?
Uh,
So the problem is I get the photograph taken right away. The phone went mental. What are you on and that? So
right. Right.
that's
I
the
must
story
have.
behind the
There
photograph.
is there is an
Uh,
extended photograph, and he's wearing little sliders underneath as well.
Brilliant, brilliant. I must admit, when I saw the photo, I was like, "Why is he doing that?" And then I was like, "Well, if I was getting my photo taken with Carnegie Hall, I would want to look good and important as well." So kudos to you for that. Um,
It was an interesting one. It was a kind of wet and cold day, by the way.
yeah,
But it was good. It was great being in there. It was like,
yeah,
obviously, if MD knows anything about Carnegie Hall, it's like some place you want to play, and it was a
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
It was a
yeah,
good gig. It
yeah,
was a good gig.
yeah.
Um,
Similar story to my Sydney Opera House is that I've done Tartan Day in New York a few times,
Yeah.
and we were in the pub as you do, and we happened. Carnegie Hall was on my bucket list at the time,
right,
so the
right.
closest I've got is we passed Carnegie Hall. I was like, I need to get my pipes out, so I've had a tune outside, so I'm getting close.
You'll get
Maybe
there.
maybe the next time.
You'll get there. I guarantee it. Once
That's
people watch
manifesting
this
it.
show, they'll be like, let's book
Uh,
that guy for Carnegie Hall.
well, I've
Right.
heard you guys have got a wide-reaching audience, so yeah, I'm hoping.
Aye, for some stray dogs and some like kind of strange people. But
Yeah,
what I was going to say, see before we wrap this up, Stevie, right? So
yeah,
the tour rolls on, right? You're going back over again. When's the
yeah.
dates that you're going back?
That's an interesting thing that you just says the tour rolls on because that's one of my things. The show goes on,
Right.
regardless of how you feel in any particular night. The show must go on.
Yeah.
So the show goes on. We're going back out to August, September.
Right.
So we do a summer tour, which is like open air amphitheaters and stuff. Phenomenal. It offers you a different experience, which is great. And then we've got our big winter batch coming up as well. But just looking, we've now done over 250 concerts in Germany, and I've had through these years, I've had over 1,000 different pipers and drummers on the tour. So another legacy thing for me is just, growing the Scottish Music Parade family. We've now got marriages as a result. We've got kids as a result of the
No.
tour and things as well. But I'm always looking for people, any of your viewers that are interested in coming on the tour. It would be amazing if they wanted to get in touch with me if it's something that they might want to do. They can get me on Facebook, Steven Dewar, or through my email info@albaentertainments.co.uk. Maybe you could put a link up
Yeah,
for me.
we'll put that down in the description.
But yeah, that'd be great. And that's individuals. So a lot of the time I take a composite pipe band. We could have individuals come in, or we can have a pipe band. If the whole pipe band wants to come, we can accommodate that as well.
Right, okay.
Wow.
Listen, I'll suggest that to some of the Scots veterans. If I
Yeah,
can get
yeah,
a
for
hold,
sure.
if I can get a hold in them, they're
Dad's
honestly,
Army,
what the
Dad's
most
Army on
elusive.
tour.
Listen, they're the most elusive drummers and pipers you could ever try and find. Where are yous?
Maybe I'll look, maybe I'll look young on stage again if we get all these old
Listen,
codgers.
you might well do. But aye, well, listen.
And,
So I know,
and you
you
best
get that
believe
back
I'll
in-
be sending you an email if you're heading down Sydney Opera House way.
Fantastic. Yeah.
If
Free
so,
tickets.
I would definitely suggest anybody that's interested in going, put your name in
Sure.
the hat. Obviously,
Yeah.
click on the links that we put on. I think I'd be tempted with the Christmassy one because
Yeah.
I hate the run up to Christmas.
Yeah,
Right.
Christmas
I'm not
in
anti-Christmas
Germany.
by any means. It's just before Christmas gets me down, and
So
I
we'll
think
get
that
you-
being busy on tour would be a good thing to get back
Yeah.
just in time for Christmas.
We'll get you playing Ebenezer Scrooge in the bus production then, yeah?
Listen, I'd be down with that. I'd be absolutely.
He was born for that role.
Yeah. We've
I was
got,
built for that.
you've got the Christmas markets in Germany as well. So it's always a favourite of mine. Out, a couple of glue vines before the show. Only a couple.
Naturally. Of course.
Naturally.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Stephen, I
Right,
just have just
sorry,
one
go.
question before we sign off. It's been playing on my mind. Stephen, do you actually play in this, or are you sitting up top watching? And
I've not touched on that then. So I'm actually the front man in the show as well. So it's my. It all started with the accordion player. Him and I had our ceilidh band, called the SAS Ceilidh Band, and that grew into the show band, which is now a Celtica. I'm fronting the show as well and doing all the management side of things as well. So that's what I was saying. It's becoming it's a 24/7 operation. Even through the year, in my diary, I like to allocate where I can at least half an hour every single day as Scottish Music Parade time, and that kind of just keeps it ticking over and stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, it's drummers out there that maybe want to make a career in drumming, or pipers want to make a career in piping. I couldn't recommend it high enough. And the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it, I would say. I've used the word luck quite a lot, but at the end of the day, I think by the work that you do, you create your own luck. Opportunities will open up for you.
amazing.
Right, Stevie, thanks very much for your time, right? And you'll be able to do the big reveal for us. Mind you promised you're going to do it on the show. The big reveal.
2028,
right? So
book me in right now, yeah.
I'm holding you to that. The other one is Scots veterans are meant to do like a kind of remembrance thing, and we're meant to be doing a gig in Edinburgh on the 30th of October. So I'll be texting you and asking your advice on stuff. So be stood by on the old phone, right? Because I'll be asking you hundreds and hundreds of questions.
What is it you're actually doing? Like, is it a concert or something? Or?
We're trying to do like a kind of concert in the Merchants Hall, which is in Hanover Street. It's just off like Princess Street, so it's dead centre of Edinburgh. So we're trying to do something for that. We've not got a large performance space by any manner of means, but I think it's suitable, and I'm just trying to work out exactly what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to get other people trying to involved with the band, and we're trying to do something like that. So that's my next headache for me after the Worlds. But I'll be pressing on you. Trust me. You're now on my speed dial. Stevie will know.
Grand.
Stevie will know. Stevie will know.
No bother. One idea means you need to come back on another tour, though. Yeah, we'll swap you.
Oh,
But that's fine. That I can maybe work with that. I'll need to save it up though, won't I? I'll need to think, right, this is
exactly.
a mega hard. A mega hard puzzle. I'll go broke with this. Right, okay, Stevie. Thanks very much for coming on the show, mate. Gentlemen,
cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
And I will see you soon, no doubt. Cheers,
fantastic
Stevie.
work, mate.
All the best, guys.
Cheers, guys.